G'day, it's Moose from Regal Marine. I'm going to show you some sonar tips on your 7.4 and 7.6 series Garmin GPS map. So, to access sonar, we go to our sonar icon. We're going to look at traditional first off now. So, we click traditional. Brings up our traditional right to left scrolling sonar. First up, we have a scroll back feature where we can touch and drag the screen to go back in time and look at all the stuff we've been over to a certain point. This is handy if you want to go and check out that school of fish that you previously went over a few minutes ago. Touch the location, hit new waypoint to save that spot. Press back to return to the main screen, back to resume the sonar. So the first thing we're going to look at is under the menu key. Down here we click menu, and you can see our main sonar features are on the first screen. So gain is our sensitivity settings. By touching gain, we can adjust how sensitive our sonar returns are. So if I want to increase the amount of stuff I can see on the screen, we bump it all the way up and we've got Dante's Inferno. But ordinarily we can also reduce it to a more pedestrian level to remove all the smaller clutter. I can also take it a little bit too far down. So that's where the automatics come in. The automatics are going to adjust the sensitivity a lot more often than we can as a human, obviously, because it is a computer. Automatic medium is where I suggest a lot of people leave them for that sort of up to 20-meter depth range. You can also bump it up to high if you're in slightly deeper water, and low if you're in slightly cluttered water. But we're going to leave it on medium. So once we've selected our gain, we press done, and we're back to our fishing. Under that menu, we also have our frequency. Now if we're running a chirp transducer, it has what we call an XID wire. So that XID wire from the transducer tells the unit what transducer it is. But we want to make sure we've selected chirp to get the best possible results. Under frequency, however, if we have a standard transducer, we can select from 50 kHz, 200 kHz, or 77, depending on which transducer we have. With chirp transducers, we can dial in a particular frequency. Let's say, for example, you have a TM150, which is a medium frequency chirp transducer. We can go into new preset, and we can dial in, say, 135 kHz. Press done. It's in our bank of memory. We select it, press back, and now we're running at 135 kHz. If I press menu, we also have, I'll go back to chirp, we also have zoom. Zoom is a handy way to maximize the amount of pixels of your screen to look at the area of water that you want to see most. So if I go set zoom, you can see I've zoomed in on the bottom 90 meters. I can also look at the top 90 meters or anywhere in between. So this box here is the full screen, and this section over here is the zoomed in section. I can increase that by zooming in, so I have a smaller area, and therefore I can see the target fish in greater detail because they're taking up more pixels. I keep on going, so I can really focus in on the bottom if I want. Or I can zoom out, scroll up and down. I also have this auto function, which will constantly hold it on the bottom if I want. We're going to go done, but we're going to decrease our zoom back to normal now. So we'll go menu, zoom. We're going to turn zoom off. Zoom off. I can always pinch and zoom the screen to increase and decrease it, or I can use the plus minus keys. Whoops. Under the menu again, we have range. Range is what I was just playing with, how much we can see in the screen. So if we're in about 120 meters, which is where we are at the moment on the simulator, I'll bump it down to about the 120 meter watermark, 130 in this case. So now I can see the entire water column and the bottom without wasting any screen. I can leave it on automatic as well, so that it will keep the bottom at the bottom of the screen at all times. Press done to return. Under menu again, we have transmit. That just simply turns the sonar on and off. That's handy if you're at rest and you don't want to pump sound into the water, or if you have your boat in your trailer and you don't want to cook your transducer. That's all for the basic ones. Tune into the next video where I'll start to go into some of the more advanced details. I've been Moose from Regal Marine. Thanks for watching.